Hey guys, today I'm going to explain episode 9 of Miss Night and Day Season 1. If you haven't seen the previous episode, then you will find the link in the description. In this episode, Mijin is shown kissing Ju, but Ju throws her bag away. Later, Mijin also uses the abrasive that Manoj is drunk and leaves. Next, she came to the gang and hid herself. The gang also sees King the Land and then shouts and says that who are these two going to kiss? Mijin also says that, what should I do? Let me sleep peacefully. But then the gang comes to Mijin and says that something has happened, but she refuses. The gang keeps asking. Later, Mijin says, again, that who did you kiss first? She comes here again. The gang again says that what happened to you? Who did you kiss you? Mijin later says that from the bag. The gang again says that when Ju was kissing you, did you block her from the bag? But later Mijin says that it is not like that. She blocked me. The gang also starts kissing later. The same Ju is shown who is in his house and what kind of scenes he is doing and saying that I shouldn't have done this. Later he was drinking wine, but it was over. Then he comes to the store and takes the wine, but then he sees that there is Mijin and a gang. Ju is also hiding here. A fight breaks out between Mijin and the gang, and a bottle is released from their hands. It hits Ju on the head. Later the gang comes to see who was on the cover, but Ju is also hiding here. And then suddenly he reaches to Mijin. Mijin later sees him. Ju later gives him wine and says that I came to give you. Later they came out. Mijin now tells Ju that you said that you don't drink alcohol. Then what is this? Ju says that when I am stressed, I drink alcohol. Mijin says here, forgive me, I bothered you, it was just a mistake. But Ju was saying, forgive me. Mijin says why, then they had a gang here, and later they both leave. Next, Ju comes to his house and sees the file. And he is also remembering his scene here. That when the bastard came to my house, he was showing here that this is the autopsy report of the stolen wife. And his murder was not found. As if the victim was also found dead. Ju later looks at the map and says that the bastard did this 20 years ago, but why is he still doing this? At that time, 𝗖𝗍𝗲 was killed. Then maybe it was not happening according to the planning. He must have hidden the body nearby. Later he sees Jai on the map, who is jealous. Then he calls Kon and says that did you investigate the jealousy? Kon agrees here. Next, Ju is shown who is at work. Jo and Im-soon come together. Later he comes to his house and sees both of them. And he was saying that something has happened. But now Ju says no. But what kind of scene is Ju talking about? Ju is now looking at the map of 𝗖𝗍𝗲 area. And later he is saying to Im-soon that do you know about 𝗖𝗍𝗲? But now she says no. Ju is saying you said you were from here. But now Im-soon screams and says that I don't know about it. And no, I have to talk about it later. I will not work overtime now. And later she goes out. Then they come to the cafeteria. Jo is also saying to Im-soon that Im-soon is married. She is very busy because of us. Maybe that's why she is angry. But now Im-soon was saying that I don't know. Later, Im-soon sees that Kon is with Im-soon, who is very friendly with Im-soon. He is touching her, and he is feeding her. Im-soon also tells her not to do this. But now Kon had said that we are of the same age. We are of the same age. And now we see all this. And we are shocked to see all this. In the next scene, Kon had come to the office. And he is listening to songs. But then he sees that someone has left a letter for him. And then he comes out and sees. But there is no one there. Now he is looking at the letter. And it was written that he is a senior intern. He has lied about his identity and removed the letter. Next, Jung came to 𝗖𝗍𝗲 and was discussing with the mafia. And later he called to the police and said that you can re-examine the 𝗖𝗍𝗲. Next, the police officers saw that Jae-sing had come, and he was shouting at Jung and saying that why did you tell the police to re-examine? Anyway, this case is not yours, so stay away from it. But Jung says that if the victim has died, then his body should be found. Jae-sing says that if the body is there, then what happened? You have nothing to do with this case, so stay away from it. Later, Jae-sing left. Now Im-soon is also looking at Jung. At night, Im-soon was showing Mijin that she was going to come to the restaurant, and she was talking to Gayan. Gayan says to Im-soon that you stay in line and I will come to you soon. Now, Im-soon is looking at Mijin, and later he is saying to him that, what are you doing here? Mi-jin says that I am a regular here. Jung's call came to 𝗍𝗲. 𝗍𝗲 is taking Jung's name in the phone and is saying that you come to this lane. There is a restaurant here. Mi-jin is also going there, but Jung came in front of her. In this, all of them are in the restaurant and are looking at each other. Jung is also giving something to eat, but Mi-jin says to 𝗖𝗏 that you eat. 𝗖𝗏 says to Mi-jin that you eat. Meanwhile, the food got stuck. Later, Mi-jin picks up the food, and the food got stuck in their hands. 𝗍𝗲 is also saying to 𝗖𝗏 that do you have any BF? But she refuses. 𝗖𝗏 says that I don't like anyone. 𝗍𝗲 is also saying to Mi-jin that if someone asks you to go on a date, then what will you do? You will say that you will go. But then the food came for them. Later, everyone was eating and drunk. Next, everyone came out. Jung took care of 𝗍𝗲 and Mi-jin took care of 𝗖𝗏. Next, everyone is in the car. Jung is also saying to Mi-jin that you didn't answer this. Mi-jin says later that I gave her job. Jung was going to say something to Mi-jin, but then he came home. Next, they came home. They were leaving 𝗖𝗏. Later, Jung was also saying that I am going. Mi-jin is also saying to Jung that you were going to say something to me. Jung is saying that I will call you now. Jung brings 𝗍𝗲 to his house. In the next scene, two men see a body in the water. In the next scene, the police came here. Jung is also there. Now we see that Na-yoon's daughter 𝗍𝗶 also comes here. She is crying for her father. This body belongs to Na-yoon. Jung was also standing nearby. He talks about the past scene where his mother died. But we see another scene where Jung came to the police station and was sitting outside. Jung is saying to Jung that where is my mother? Jung is saying that we found her. But Jung is saying that my mother is still alive. She promised me that she will come back. In the next scene, 𝗍𝗲 is seen with Im-soon. 𝗍𝗲 is looking at Rose. Later, he is saying to Im-soon that let's go out to eat. But you can't go in Im-soon's house. I have to go home. 𝗍𝗲 is following him. 𝗍𝗲 is saying that someone came to Im-soon's house. 𝗍𝗲 is saying to Im-soon that I will drop you home, but Im-soon refused. 𝗍𝗲 is saying to Im-soon that this is not the way to go home. 𝗍𝗲 is saying to Im-soon that you took my medicine. I can at least feed you. Im-soon is saying that Jung's scene was changed. In the next scene, we see Maria. She was also told about Jung. In the next scene, we see Chol-gu. He is also watching TV. Later in National Forensic, he is calling the director and saying that I want to ask you something. In the next scene, he is talking to Chuni and saying that you can't handle this case. Jung has found Jung. This case you can't handle. Neither did Geo find him. Now AKS is with him. Gioni is also there. AKS can't escape. And later she screams and comes to Geo. But she is not there. And later she goes. But here there is a ghost. There is also In-suni. These two were hidden here. In-suni later says that Gioni has drowned me. Next, In-suni comes out here. And here she sees that everyone is watching something on the phone. She also sees her later. And from now on it is said that neither Jeon's death has happened. Next, she shows Jeon and says that Gioni is not there, and she can use it as a silver coin. Imtiaz says that the car number is the same, about which Ji-young was finding out. Later, she remembers that the criminal who came to me with the car may be a thief. Later, she comes running to Ji-young. But now Ji-young is not there. Here Bimti is there. Imtiaz says that the criminal is a thief. We have to catch him. His car number is the same, about which Ji-young was telling. Bimti was also saying that we know. But we can't catch him. We have no evidence. We have to wait for him. But Imtiaz says that we can't do that. He will kill someone else by then. There is a witness. He has seen him. Imtiaz says that he is a clone, although Imtiaz knows that he is a missing. But she does not tell herself. Next we see Ji-young, who is with him. A doctor came to him and is showing an autopsy report and is saying that he died of a knee injury. There is a scar on his body. Along with that, Ji-young comes out later. Bimti calls him and says that the search warrant for the medical center that we had issued, it has been expropriated. Later, Ji-young comes to Ji-young and says that, what is all this? Why did you expropriate the search warrant? Don't you know that Cholubi's wife had died and he was the suspect in this? Ji-young was saying that I know. But this had happened to him. Ji-young is now saying that his wife was found to be a clone. And he is also a clone. But Jung is saying that you don't have any evidence that your friend Daniel is from the medical center? Next, Jung calls 𝗵𝗂𝗏 and says that we will have to go to the medical center and we will have to investigate there. Next, Jung does the same. They had come to the medical center. 𝗵𝗂𝗏 also pretends to be ill here. Later, we see a scene that they had already planned that what we have to do by going there and that who has to go to which place. We will get some evidence here. 𝗵𝗂𝗏 also takes advantage of the opportunity and wants to go inside, but the nurse sees him and brings him back later. Next, we see 𝗖𝗿𝗲𝗍. He is told that 𝗵𝗂𝗏 has come to the medical center. 𝗖𝗿𝗍 later says that keep him there, I am coming there soon. We also see the nurse who is going to do the DNA test of 𝗵𝗂𝗏, and she is taking her blood. Next, 𝗖𝗿𝗍 comes here, but he sees that 𝗵𝗂𝗏 is not here. Later, he calls the security guard and says that you find 𝗵𝗂𝗏, he is wearing his clothes. Now we see 𝗵𝗂𝗏, who comes to 𝗖𝗿𝗍𝗲's office stealthily and is looking for evidence. But then 𝗖𝗿𝗍 came here, and 𝗵𝗂𝗏 hears 𝗖𝗿𝗍's voice from outside. Sometimes 𝗖𝗿𝗍 comes in, but 𝗵𝗂𝗏 is not here. 𝗖𝗿𝗍 is looking at the room where 𝗵𝗂𝗏 is, as if he was going to come in. But then we see that a nurse comes and tells 𝗖𝗿𝗍 that 𝗵𝗂𝗏's blood test results are here. 𝗖𝗿𝗍 is looking at the result that it is positive. Later, he brings another report, which is of 𝗵𝗂𝗏. 𝗖𝗿𝗍 says that 𝗵𝗂𝗏, what are you? And the episode ends later. So guys, now we will meet in episode 10, which is coming tomorrow. Bye for now. Bye.